Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Kiley here with Martial Arts America, Team Navarre. Today is April 14th, so Tuesday, 4/14. This is your sparring, drills, and conditioning class for all students, all of ages, skills, and ability levels. We're going to work. It is kicking week, so I bet you can guess what we're going to do. We're going to kick a lot. I'm super excited about it because it's my absolute favorite thing to do in martial arts. We are also going to kind of get a little bit more conditioned. We're going to stretch out. We're going to work out a little bit. And you can see the jump rope in my hand. We're going to jump rope for a little bit. You don't have to have a jump rope to do this. The whole goal is to get light on our feet. So if you don't have a jump rope, if you're not very proficient with the jump roping yet, you can just work on just jumping and staying light on your feet like you're in a sparring stance. That's perfectly fine. If you have a jump rope, let's get better at it. That's good too. Okay, we're going to stretch out first before we work out. Specific stretch we're going to do is going to be your spider stretch. Your frog stretch. Okay, frog stretch as in being from here, you're going to lean forward and kind of sit up nice and straight and tall. And then you're going to, from there, you're going to walk your legs out a little bit. Good, and then from here, you're going to push your hips back behind you, causing your forearms to go to the ground. So it's back. Good, and then from there, you're going to walk your legs out more until your legs don't like it anymore. You should feel a stretch on the inside of your thighs, where your full split normally is uncomfortable at. Good, I'll show you from the side, because I see students do the stretch and get nothing out of it, because from there, they're either leaned back and they're sitting up with their hips, or their hips are pushed too far forward and they're just laying down on the floor. Both don't work. You gotta get your body up. I want your hip line straight down to your knee. That's in a straight line. Okay, and then from there you walk them out more. Your hands are on the ground holding your body up because your body should be almost falling forward. Even though your body's falling forwards, you're sitting back with your hips to stretch out the inside of your legs, which are the muscles that are in charge of letting your leg lift itself up before it pulls it back down. That's the inside. Now the other leg muscles in charge of lifting those legs beside you. Good. Or they could use the technical names. You have your adductors, which are the ones on the inside. They pull your leg down. You have your abductors, think of like an abduction, because they pull your leg up, ones on the outside of your leg. So when you stretch those, really easy, we'll do what's called the pigeon's pose, which is more of a yoga stretch. Okay, from here, it's almost like in that position we were just in, but my feet are underneath myself. I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to kind of come up a little bit and pull this leg up in between them. Good, my knee is in the middle, and the key to this is not rotating your body. So from here, a lot of times there's a natural want to then rotate to the side. Now, if you've done the adult class, you've done the 90-90 stretch like this, this is different. Good, again, I'll show you from the side. Legs are behind you, almost like in a push-up position. Pull the knee up, put this knee down. You want to try to keep, the goal is to make your shin and your shoulders parallel, so the lines are on the same. Now, I can't do that yet. My hips don't work that way, so if yours can't, that's okay. So again, the goal is to get like this. That's real tricky. While making sure your body, so from shoulders to hips, are also straight lines. They're not turned. Your body's straight. From here, you're trying to push that hip, this one, on the outside, down to the ground. You should feel a stretch on the outside of your leg. If you need to feel it more, you can walk your hands forward. You can also come up on and bring that back knee up off the ground. That'll feel it more. Or just sink this knee away from you. That'll feel it more. Okay, and then we'll go back to the other side. So you come back, and this leg comes through. It's also normal, like this leg's a little bit flatter when it comes to that angle than my other leg was. It's normal to have one leg a little bit more flexible than the other, because especially in martial arts and sparring, you probably kick with one leg more than the other one. So it's okay if they're not identical in terms of flexibility. The goal there is to start to kind of even them out. Ooh. All right, so we're going to jump rope a little bit. We're going to go for 20 seconds on, about 20 seconds, and then about 10 seconds off. Good, I don't have a clock next to me. My eyes are bad, so I can't see that clock. So I'm just going to keep an internal clock, so we'll see how long my 20 seconds is. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, go. then from there we'll take about 10 seconds off. Chicken jumping rope is just trying to find your rhythm and balance. You have to start slow and then work your way up. With as little lower body movement as possible, just a little pop with your calves. And 20 more seconds, ready to go. Good. 10 seconds off. And 20 seconds back on. I'm not going to tell you guys how many rounds we're doing, so don't you think about it. Just want you to focus on just the current round that you're on. Ready? Go. Time. Good. And then certain number more. 10 seconds off. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Good. 1 more. Go. Good. Jump and jump over at home. Just jump. Just bounce on the balls of your feet. And stay light. Focus on being explosive and finding rhythm. Good. We'll do 1 more. We're just doing 6. Just trying to get your heart rate up a little bit. 1 more. Ready? Easy 20. And go. A little bit more. Good. Nice job. All right, jump rope up. At this point, if you have a chair or a stool or something or somebody to lean on, there's a song there, maybe, then we're going to work a drill. Okay, now, the goal of this drill is to stay, whatever the item is that your knee to kind of hold yourself up with, you want that side knee to be on the ground. So we're going to do 3 of our main kicks from our knee. It's going to work on your flexibility, it's going to work a little bit on your mobility, and kind of work on the overall chamber of what we're doing, okay? So your body's going to the side, using your right leg first, your left knee is down, your right leg is closer to me, if you're going the same way I'm going. Okay, you have whatever you need to kind of hold yourself, and now make sure, again, you're not leaning on it, you're trying to keep your body upright the best you can, okay? Now from here, you have that knee up, and you're going to hold that foot up, pulling back the ball of your foot, and then just extend your leg out into a front kick position. And then from there, pull your knee back to right where it was, because this is also a side kick position, without leaning back too far. A little bit of leans, okay. You're going to side kick out. It's probably going to go lower than normal because your body's completely upright. Side kick out, and then from here, pull it back in. And then open up your foot, and then from there, open up your hip and round kick. So you have 3 main targets. I have 1, if my stomach's going this way, 1 going directly in front of me where my stomach is. I have 1 going directly beside me, and then the last one, you have to kind of open up your body a little bit, and it's going to go here. So it's not going, you're not going to the walls. I'm not going 1, 2, flat that way. Your hip doesn't work that way. So it goes here, directly to the side of you, and then almost like halfway to the back of you. So if you are using markers in a room, it goes to the wall, and then to the corner of the room. Okay, not necessarily to the other wall, more to the corner. Okay, and you're going to do each of those kicks 1 time, and that's 1. You can do that 10 times on each leg. Now, a couple ways you can do this. You can either put your foot down in between each kick. You can also put your foot down in between each set. So again, each kick, front kick, side kick, round kick, reset back to this position. That's one. And you can kind of put your foot down and let it breathe for a little bit, and then do it again. Okay, those are kind of the ways you'll build upon it, right? So you can kind of stay with me, or you can go a little bit slower or a little bit faster. Just make sure your focus is on keeping your posture strong and keeping your technique solid. Ready? And go. Let's kick one, kick two, kick three. That's one. Kick one, kick two, kick three. That's two. And again, you can put your foot down in between each set if you need to make sure your technique is strong. You can also, good, put your foot down in between each kick if you need to. That's three. That's four. That's five. Breathe. Six. This is going to tire your hip out a lot. Let me see this mine. 7. 8. It's also going to stretch your hip out a lot, which is good. We need flexible, stretchy hips. 9. 10. You'll switch sides. Another good habit to get into, because most of the drills, if not all the drills we're doing today, we're going to do on both sides. We're going to even out our legs the best we can. When doing that, you'll traditionally want to do your weaker or less coordinated leg first. Okay, because as your other leg, your dominant leg, if it's a little bit tired, it a lot of times can still do what you want, but your other leg, whichever leg isn't your best leg, if you do that one second, when your body's already tired, it's going to be even harder to control. So again, when we're doing drills like this on both sides, whatever your best leg is, try to save that one for last of 2. 2. 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1. Stretch it out, hold it. 2, make sure you put a little bit of pause in each kick so you're feeling that burn. 3 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, that's 9, 1, 2, 3, and 10. Ooh, that's 1, that feels good. Ooh, that's tight. That's not good. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we've done this drill before, we're going to add a slight variation to it. It's your kick and your ladder of your kick. So we're starting with the round kicks. We have that low, medium, high, medium, low stretch that we worked on a couple weeks ago. So now we're going to bring that back a little bit and again add a challenge after we warm it up. So use your less dominant side first. For me, it's my right leg. So it's going to be the low, medium, high, medium, low, and that's 1. Again, you're trying to as little rotation, as little lean back as you can. A little bit is fine, but if you're leaning, you feel yourself falling on whatever you're holding on, that's too much. Okay, your focus is on wherever your low, medium, and high needs to be to have control with it, but a sticky chick for a little bit, that's your challenge. Make sure you set your foot down in between each set. So after you do the second low, you come back to the bottom, touch to the ground, reset, do it again. So your hip has a small moment to breathe. Ready? And let's go. You're doing 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Keep that back foot pivoted where you're going the entire time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that went pretty fast. Right? Ready? Other side. 1. We're getting better at them. The more we do it. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. We're not in a race. In this case, a lot of times when we do stuff like this, we go to a number, we think being the first or the fastest is going to make you work harder. In this case, it's actually going to make you work less. So slowing it down and being deliberate with each technique and holding each one for a second is what's really going to make you work more. So if your mission is to be the best, not be first, go ahead, slow down. Most times to this point, when we're doing things and everything's a race or a competition, a lot of times we think that, if I'm first, I'm the winner, I'm the best. In some cases, yes. But a lot of times in practice, it's the opposite. It's the one that can do it the best and spend the most time and focus less on, what place you finish and more so on you improving yourself. That's what helps you become the best one day. Last one. Okay, so we did it with round kicks. So now to kind of up your game a little bit, you're gonna do it with side kicks. This seems like it's gonna be the exact same, but a lot of times it's just so much more of a motion, it's a lot harder to make this happen. Your leg is gonna get tired a lot more because there's a lot more movement going on, at least there should be. Okay, I'll show you the difference. So we did the side kick, the round kick variation, where your knee's staying very still. It's moving up and down, but it's staying on this line. So now it's a side kick, so there's a lot of pulling and pushing going on, so your hips should get tired a lot faster. If it's not, double check your technique. Okay, what you want to do is use kind of wherever you're holding on to as a reference. Your knee should be getting closer to it and further away from it with each kick. If it's not, if you're staying like this, you're doing side kicks. Okay, but if it's like this, that's not a side kick. Your knee has to come closer to you. Good, and then out. So pull the knee back. You can also use the knot of your belt as a guide. Pull the knee that you're kicking with back to the knot of your belt, then send it out. So I found the knot of my belt, and I'm gonna kick low. There it is. Hides the knot, kick, pull it back, kick, pull it back, kick, out, and that's 1. Okay? It's gonna take more time to do these 2, so this is gonna feel fantastic. Go ahead and start. Good. 1, 2. It's okay if your kick has to come down as long as it's still the best kick you can do. 5. 6. Should be getting kind of warm right here. Stick and hold it. Make it feel good. Pull it back. 7. Be deliberate with every rep. Take your time. 1, 2. Good. Parents, if you're at home or if you have someone at home that wants to kind of spot you doing this, have them put their hand behind your heel. And after you finish the kick, physically have them push your leg back towards you, and you focus on pushing their leg away from you, just to build that motor memory of pushing your leg out, okay, extending and driving through something. So it's push, push, push. Other side. Almost done, guys. You're doing excellent. Again, a little bit of a lean back is fine as long as you're not holding on to something, as I'm falling on. It's another thing you can do just to kind of notice if your leg is traveling like it's supposed to travel. I always end up grabbing and pulling my knee back a little bit more just to emphasize the motion, so I know that I'm pulling my leg back. So I'll pull my leg in and I'll kick, and after I pull it back, I'll try to make sure that without moving my hand far down my leg, I can grab my shin and pull it more into me. So I'm emphasizing the extension. I'm not holding my leg up. I'm just actively reminding myself to pull that leg in as tight as I can do it. Hips getting tired. So we gotta dig deep now, guys. Gotta want it. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to be out of breath. It's okay to be sore. It's okay to want to quit. Don't let yourself quit. Everybody has those thoughts like, I could just stop now. Don't. Keep going. Because somewhere, somebody is. And by you continuing to go and do it, you're either increasing your lead on them or you're catching up to them. Two more. One more. That was awesome. Okay, last thing we're doing to finish up, we're going to keep that burn up. We're going to keep the muscle working. Here we're going to work what's called a squat, which is just where you sit your body down, and then as you rise up, you will side kick off to the side of your body. So you're going to switch sides every time. It's just a final little burnout exercise. So it's going to be feet underneath your shoulders. You're going to bend down, come back up, side kick, down, up, side kick. So you're switching sides every time. We're doing 20, okay? So basically you end up doing 10 on each side. Okay, so I want you to switch sides every time, counting the number, 1, 2, 3, 4. So one side's odd numbers, other side's even numbers, all the way up to 20 on your own time. Or you can stay with me, whichever one's fine. Ready? And go. 1. Make sure you reach in with that leg. 2. 3. 4. Bonus points if you pivot that foot when you kick. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good strong chamber. 9, 10. Halfway there already, guys. 11, 12. Make sure you're looking where you're kicking, so you're emphasizing the kick. 13. It's 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, and 20. Good job. Make sure you guys finish up. You stretch out a little bit more. Good. You stretch. You can get some water. Probably helpful. Good. Don't just go from here and then go sit down on the couch. You're probably sweaty, so don't do it the other way. But it's very important to, anytime you finish working out or something that's really stressful and tired on your body, to stretch it out when you're done. When we started working out, we didn't just jump into what we're doing. We started by stretching to warm your body up. Okay, so your body can't go from 0 to right in like max level of what it's doing. It has to ease into what it's doing. Just like it has to ease into what it's doing, it also has to slowly have that same line coming down once it's done doing whatever it did. Okay, so again, instead of, we don't just start class and then start going 100 miles an hour, we build up to it. When class ends, we should slow ourselves back down. In the same way that when your parents are driving the car, they don't floor it and go from 0 to 100. They also don't slam on brakes and go from 100 to 0. They have to gradually go up and gradually come down because it's safer. Okay, so it's the same thing in this case. We want to be safer for our body, so when you're done with any workout, you always want to go back and do those stretches or some version of the stretches that we did when we started. Good? If you don't do that in normal class, after the class ends, do that for yourself. Start making that a good habit, all right? Very good job today. Feet together, bow, high five, you are dismissed.